All right. Good morning, Hawks family. We are at the final game of our Seattle tournament. Uh, Rematch of our first game against the Santa Clara Blackhawks for I guess this would be the consolation game for third place in the tournament. And yeah, we are at the second rink here at the Kraken Ice Complex. Unfortunately, there's not a great place to video from, so we're going to do our best to try to capture this game from the side of the rink. And let's go Hawks. Altia with the draw. Wins it to Billy. The Hawks push it into the zone. Blackhawks pick it up and try to run a breakout. Clear it out of the defensive end. And the puck is dumped deep into the Santa Clara end, and it's called icing. So face-off will be down to the right of Emma, who's starting in goal this morning. Multi with the face-off. Controlled by the Blackhawks and shot on net, and Emma flashes the leg pad out and makes a save. And the Hawks cleared out of the zone. And we've got another icing call. We'll try this again. Fresh lines come out. Looks like it's Mike's line with Steven and Kingseed. $11:29 on the clock, first period, 0-0 score. Face off, won by the Blackhawks. And Eli Alexander breaks it out of the zone, rushes it up the ice. Backhand shot just goes wide. Blackhawks break it out of the zone. Burns has it at center ice. DDD pass can't connect. And pushed in offsides. Face off, won and dumped into the Littleton zone. Controlled by Miles, and he sends it into center ice. Can't connect on the breakout. And the Blackhawks retreat into their end and pick up the pass. Breakout up the close side. And I think we maybe have a tripping call on Littleton. Five on four action here. 10:40 first period shot. Deflected in front. Emma makes a save. Sends it over to the right. Shot again goes wide. And comes back door. And the Blackhawks take an early 1-0 lead on the power play. 10:30 in the first period. Littleton were down 1-0. A deflection off the initial shot there came right to their player on the back door and was able to put it home. Hawks will regroup here and have a face-off at center. And now we have Mike's line out. Steven on his right, Kingseed on his left. Mike has a breakaway. Right into the middle, wrist shot. I think it hit the post there and went in. So that was a quick recovery for the Littleton Hawks there and tie the game back up 1-0. 6 seconds after the Blackhawks score. 10:24 first period, 1-1. Might have put that one home, Mike. Good shot. Yeah, posting in. Mike's had a lot of luck this tournament with that push forward off the faceoff, creating opportunities for his line. Faceoff controlled by the Blackhawks. Sent up. Littleton D has it. Punches back into the neutral zone. And Kingsley picks it up, passes it up to Ogre. Ogre centers to Mike. And in the far corner, Littleton is battling loose puck. Pops behind the net. Kinger picks it up, tries a wraparound, and it puts it home. 9:54 first period, and Littleton takes a 2-1 lead. And quick scoring action here in the first. Fresh legs come out. Multi line with Billy on his right, Alex on his left, and Miles and Kaysen on D. Face off, controlled by the Blackhawks. D pass can't connect. Littleton forechecks into the offensive zone. Blackhawks regroup behind them and have a rush attack. Miles going to pressure the puck on the far boards. Pass back to the D and dump back down low into the corner. Kaysen gets there first, wraps it around. Billy is challenging in the corner. Comes up to Miles or Alex and can't get it out of the zone. He's puck in the corner. Alti picks it up, looking for Alex, can't connect, and Hawks turn it over near the blue line. Into the corner, Miles backhands it up the boards here. They're not out. Blackhawks dump it deep down behind the Littleton net. Littleton deep pressures, Miles passes it up to Alti, trying to run a breakout and see if we can get it out of the zone. They finally do. Blackhawks pick up the puck, try to regroup in the neutral zone. D pass. Alex and Billy forechecking. Billy steals the puck in the neutral ice and finds Alti, but can't control it, and it goes back to the Blackhawks. Blackhawks regroup, send it in the neutral zone. Dawson steals the puck and is going to have a rush attack here. 1-on-2, stick handles goes wide into the corner, and the Blackhawks pick up the puck after a stick check. They're going to rush it up with some speed into the Littleton zone. Littleton back check's good, and cut to the middle, and a shot from the slot goes in for a 2-2 score. 7:53 in the first. Santa Clara came to skate this morning and had some speed through the neutral zone, and on the rush attack was able to find some space to get that shot off and beat Emma on her left side just above the glove. Face off controlled by the Blackhawks. Littleton steals it in the neutral zone. Eli forechecking, skates it into the zone, cuts to the middle. Corey Johnson picks it up, skates it along the boards into the far corner. So hard to see here. Sorry, folks. Blackhawks try to get it out of the zone. Don't. Dawson has it on the far boards over there. Doesn't pass to the D, actually. Skates to the middle. Shot goes wide left. Blackhawks pick it up, and they're going to try to skate it out of the zone. Comes Littleton's D, and Littleton's going to try to regroup. Turn over at center ice and into the Littleton zone. Dawson picks it up. It's poke checked in the neutral zone, but Eli comes over the puck, sends it into the ice, centers it to Coy Johnson, gets a shot, but falls down. Puck goes behind the net. Dawson picks it up in the corner. Littleton D pinches and holds it in momentarily. Coy covers for the pinching D and sends it back down deep. Eli has it behind the net and tries to get a shot, falls down. And the Blackhawks bring it back the other way with speed. In neutral zone, 2-on-1 developing. Luke poke checks it wide into the corner. Centering pass, open in front, and good effort there by Littleton D to block it. Breakout comes up to Eli here, skates it up the ice, and Santa Clara picks it up, clears it out into the neutral zone. Luke picks it up in the neutral zone, stick handles into the offensive zone, takes it deep, and the Blackhawks pick it up, try to run a breakout. Blackhawks clear it out of the zone, but it comes back to Littleton D. Burns sends it across ice, but unable to connect with his D partner, and it goes down deep behind the Littleton net. Steven tries to pick it up off the half boards, can't control it. And Blackhawks send it back down deep, centering pass. Nobody's home for Santa Clara, and it comes back to neutral ice. Singer forechecking hard. Littleton can't maintain possession, and the Blackhawks pick it up at center ice and skate it into the zone. Dangling up the slot, backhand shot wide, and almost had a scoring opportunity there, or almost had a score there, but was the Blackhawks weren't able to put it in the net. Littleton regroups, dump down deep. Burnsy picks it up behind the net. Cooper breakout pass picked off, and shot blocked from the low angle corner shot, and Littleton picks it up, skates it into the offensive zone. Puck that's not deep, pops out, and Littleton needs to get back on sides. Kinger has it on a rush attack, passes it up to Mike. Mike dangles up the slot, and shot and a save by the Blackhawks goalie. Great opportunity there. And the Blackhawks ice the puck. It's not quite enough, and so no icing here. Breakout up to Kingsley, up to Steven. Steven pokes it, gets it out of the zone. Loose puck battle along the red line, and Blackhawks dump it in the Littleton zone for checking hard. They're going to call icing on that. It was just on the other side of the red line, so we'll go all the way down in front of the Blackhawks goalies. 4-12, first period, 2-2 game. Alting line out there with Billy on his right, Alex on his left, Miles and Kaysen on defense. Apologies, we have these poles which make it hard to see on the camera. Face off, 1-4 by Alti. Going to be sent into the corner, and the Blackhawks will get there first, try to run a breakout up the boards, and they get it out of the zone. And on a rush attack, Littleton poke checks it away and recovers. Alex passes up to Kaysen, can't control it, and it pops deep into the Blackhawks defensive end. Blackhawks break it out. Billy back checking hard, knocks the puck away. Loose puck at the blue line. Blackhawks get it, send it into the corner. Shot, and it goes high over Emma's blocker for a 3-2 lead late in the first period, 3:29. And Santa Clara takes the lead for the first time in the game. Littleton a little sloppy on our puck possession there, and it leads to a goal. So we'll regroup here for a face-off. Alti at center ice, controlled by the Blackhawks. Forechecking hard by Billy, and a loose puck in the offensive zone. Puck comes up the board. Littleton D pinches, holds it in. Oh, nope, they're going to call that offsides. We have an injured player on the ice here. Can't see who it is. I think it might be Alti, might be down in the far corner. No? Take that back. He's on his knee right there on the ice. I think it might be Billy then in the corner. As Coach Steve goes over to see if the player's all right. Clapping. Can't quite see what's going on in the corner, but it seems like our player is getting up. Hopefully the skater is all right. Number 18, Billy's skating towards the bench, with the shaking his leg. Looks to be all right. Rush line comes out here. We've got a few too many Littleton Hawks on the ice. So we get the line sorted out. Face off in the neutral zone. Dawson with the face off, controlled by the Blackhawks, and they run a neutral zone breakout. Wilmer presses it into the corner. Littleton knocks it away. Tries to stick handle out of the zone, gets pocket picked, shot, saved by Emma. Trickles into the far corner. Littleton D gets there first. Wilmer passes it up the wing here to Eli, and Littleton gets it out of the zone. Santa Clara is doing pretty good with their neutral zone transitions here with quick passing. Littleton needs to be tight on their checking here and get those pucks away. Burns steps up, knocks it away. 2-on-2 rush attack with Coy Johnson, and can't connect in the pass. Littleton recovers the puck, gets it deep into the zone. Blackhawks poke check it away and come up with the puck. Run a breakout and potentially have a breakaway developing here. Dawson skates back hard and stops the rush attack. This puck in the neutral zone. And breakaway by the Blackhawks. Emma with a great pad save. Keep it a 3-2 game. Puck comes up to the point, held in by the Blackhawks. Set down low behind the net. Coy Johnson battling along the boards. Deep in the Littleton zone. Knocks it back to his D. Bernsey has it. Stands on the puck, but he's able to recover. Runs a breakout up to Dawson. Dawson and Eli heading up the ice. Dawson takes it wide, skates into the zone. Down into the corner and loses the puck. Blackhawks come up with it and going to run a breakout. They get it to center ice. Littleton D is back at the blue line. Steps up. Toe drag, dangle. Pass, and the Blackhawks able to push it home. 1:08 left in the first for a 4-2 lead. The D got caught a little flat-footed there, and they were able to capitalize. Hawks need to regroup here and see if we can't put one in the last minute of the first period. Mike with the face-off, controlled by the Blackhawks. Neutral zone battle. Steven pushes it into the zone, not deep. Kinger finds Mike in the slot. Stick handling, gets knocked down, and the puck is cleared to center ice. Miles controls it, and puck flies into the Santa Clara bench, so we should have a face-off in the neutral zone. 45 seconds left in the first period. Steven, William, and Mike still out here with Kaysen and Miles on D. Mike pushes it forward. Unable to control it as the Blackhawks attack. Stick handling and shot, and it's saved by Emma. Face-off will be to the right of Emma here. Mike pushes forward. Stick handles it out of zone. Almost had a breakaway, but poke checked away. Gets it in to the zone, pushes it deep. 23 seconds left in the first. The Blackhawks team looks much quicker today than they were in our first game of the tournament. Offsides call with 8.9 seconds left on the clock in the first, so we'll have a face-off just outside of the defensive zone. Mike's line still out there. Face off down and push forward. Hawks come up with it. Kinger sends it all the way down, hits the goal, and that's going to be the end of the first period. So we have a 4-2 score. Santa Clara Blackhawks up over our Littleton Hawks. And we'll be back in a second. All right, 12 minutes on the clock. 4-2 bad guys here. Altia coming out. Let's get a goal here early in the second. See if we can't chip away at this lead the Blackhawks have. Altia on the draw, controls it. Creates some space for himself. Gonna skate it into the zone. Takes wide, hits the brakes. Gets the puck knocked away. Landon sends it deep behind the net. And Billy's forechecking hard. Blackhawks gonna run a breakout and skate it into neutral zone. Connect on an open ice pass. And Luke pressures into the corner, forces them wide. Centering pass is blocked by Littleton. And puck is sent behind the net. Loose puck. Blackhawks get it, send it up to the point. Shot from the point is blocked by Littleton and punched out of the zone. Alex is going to forecheck hard as the puck trickles back into the offensive zone and momentarily pops out, but that's going to be offside, so we'll have a face-off in center ice. Face-off, controlled by Littleton. Back to the D. Headman pass to Alti. Stick handling. And still in the zone. Alti has it near the blue line. Finally, the Blackhawks punch it out. Littleton goes back, tries to send it back in deep, but it gets blocked. It's puck battle right here on the boards. Sent into the offensive end, but controlled by the Blackhawks. Alti forechecks hard into the corner. Gets the turnover, pick up, shot. Trickles through the crease and wide into the corner. Easy save for the goalie there. And Blackhawks send it out, clear it all the way down, and icing is waved off. So Littleton D goes back, runs a breakout, gets it out of the zone, loses the puck in neutral zone, and the Blackhawks get it, regroup, and trying to get it into the zone. It's picked off by Luke. Luke skates it up, has 2-on-2 with Alti if he can connect with him. Gets it in the zone, but has his pocket picked. Littleton sends it back in deep. Billy has it in the corner. Stick handling center for Alex. Alex shoots, but it goes wide left. That was a good scoring opportunity there. Unable to bury it. Alti has it at center ice. Regroups, looking for a pass. A little bit of fans on it, and it's picked up by the Blackhawks, and they're going to skate it into the zone. Defensive forces them wide. Burnsley poke checks it away, and it's going to skate it out of the zone. Pass in the day, and it can't connect. The Blackhawks going to pick it up. Dawson line out there now. Blackhawks skated into the zone, have it deep in the corner. Comes to Eli. Eli loses the puck momentarily. Turns it over, and dangerous play here. Shot saved by Emma. Goes into the corner. Eli's going to pick it up on the rush attack. Sends it up to Dawson. Dawson pushes it up to Coy in the slot. Loose puck. Eli's hustling, but can't come up with it. And it pops out of the Littleton zone. Dawson picks it up, passes it up to Coy. Coy takes it up to the far side and can't get a shot off. Eli has it behind the net. Comes back to the point. Wilmer has it. Wilmer over to Burns. Shot from Burns is blocked in the slot. Wilmer steps up, holds it into the zone, and it's going to pop free. Ooh, collision there. And Coy Johnson goes down, and we have a whistle. Coy looks to be hurting there. I'm not sure if he hurt his wrist. He's got his glove off. Gets up, skates over to the bench. Hope he's all right there. And he goes and talks to the coaches. The face-off will be in the Littleton offensive end. Mike's line out there. 8:26, second period, 4-2, bad guys. Face-off won by Littleton. Shot the slot from the slot blocked. Comes over to Kingseed. Kingseed sends it down deep. Mike picks it up, wraparound attempts, and it's going to be covered up by the Blackhawks goalie. Good scoring opportunity there. Mike almost had a wraparound goal. Looking over at the bench, it looks like Coy is doing all right. Face off, controlled by the Blackhawks. They wrap it around, and Steven Forchek gets there first. Centering pass to Mike, picked off. Kinger has it. Loose puck play in the slot. Kaysen passes it to Kingseed. Kingseed centers it, but it's picked off and cleared out of the zone. Littleton gets on sides, pushes it back in the offense end. Jumped down deep into the corner and wrapped around. Kinger's going to pick it up. Sends it deep to Mike. Mike centers to Kinger. And Steven, and couldn't get the shot off. And Santa Clara clears it out of the zone. DDD pass. A little bit too far on the stretch pass there. Intercepted by the Blackhawks in the neutral zone. Kinger forechecks. Blackhawks get it out. Littleton barely gets onside there. Steven has it on the boards, and it's going to clear out. Miles going to pick it up. And that's offside. 7:01, second period, 4-2 Santa Clara. Multi-line comes out with Billy and Alex. Luke and Landon on D. Face off, one by the Blackhawks, back to their D. Littleton forechecks. Creates a turnover. Luke holds it in the zone at the blue line. This puck battle. Billy battles in the corner, connects with Alti. Alti stick handles, circles, loses the puck along the boards. And we have a whistle. I'm not sure what the call is here. I think we have a penalty on the Blackhawks. So power play coming for Littleton. A roughing call at number 16 for the Blackhawks. Well, this is a good chance to get one back for Littleton here. Alti's line out there. Face off, won by the Blackhawks, comes to the slot. And shot was blocked and cleared out of the zone all the way down. That's going to be no icing. I'm surprised it got waved off there. Littleton goes back, tries to get it. Needs to run a breakout. Puck up to the center. And a shot like It's saved by Connor. Littleton comes up with it, gets it out. Billy headmans it up to Alex. Alex can't control it, and it's knocked away. Blackhawks get it and dump it back into the Littleton defensive end. Breakout for Littleton, can't connect, comes to the point and held in. And a shot by the Blackhawks, saved by Connor. Puck goes into the corner to Alti. Alti's going to skate it out of the zone. Headmans it up to Alex. Alex can't control it on the pass and comes into the Littleton end and briefly punched out and knocked back in by Landon offside. Just can't quite corral some of these passes and keep control on these rush attacks. So that penalty is now expired, and we're back to 5-on-5. Dawson's line out here with Eli on his left and Coy on his right. Wilmer and Bernsey on D. Face off one by the Blackhawks, and they clear it into center ice. Eli picks it up, and Bernsey sends it in deep for an icing. Wasn't quite to the red line, so we'll go all the way down to Connors and be on his right. 5:20, second period. 4-2 Santa Clara. Dawson on the faceoff. Wins it back to the Littleton D. Sent behind the net. Santa Clara is going to get to the puck first. Littleton picks it off and tries to run a breakout. This puck in the neutral zone along the red line. Eli's battling. Burns comes up with it. Crossing pass is picked off, and the Blackhawks skate in the zone, but Burns picks it off again. Pass up to Eli at the blue line. Toe drags. Need to get into the zone. They do. Eli takes a hit, but the puck goes down. Dawson has Coy open in the front. Coy shot, save. Rebound, shot again, save. Two great scoring opportunities there, but unable to bury it. And Coy gets nailed in front of the net. And they're going to call a tripping call on Santa Clara. I think maybe they're going to give Coy I'm not quite sure what the ref is saying here. Coy is going to get called for a trip. Oh, and what the ref is saying is there was some retaliation there. So we're going to have matching penalties for both teams. Should be 5-on-5 action. Face-off is going to be at center ice. Milton's line out here. Oh, they're going to have the face-off down in the Littleton offensive ends, left of the goalie. Pacing and Miles on D. Face-off, won by the Blackhawks and skated out of the zone. Dumped in far to the far corner. Jason gets there first, but the Blackhawks come up with the puck, skated behind the net, up to the point. Shot is blocked, stays in the zone momentarily. Pass comes out, and Steven is going to have a breakaway. Shot saved. Shot again by Mike. Save again. Lots of traffic in front. Sent up to the blue line, but not out. Miles sends it down deep. Blackhawks get there first, send it behind the net. Cason's going to be able to hold it in. Sends it back down deep. Mike is going to pick it up behind the net. Stops and loses the puck. Steven challenges. Kinger has it along the boards in the corner. Mike holds it in momentarily. Crosses through the slot and into the far corner. Wrapped around by the Blackhawks behind the net. Mike is forechecking hard, pressuring the puck. Creates a turnover, but still loose along the boards. And the Blackhawks We're going to stick handle it out of the zone. Littleton D backing up. Puck goes into the corner. Centering pass. And somehow in the slot, the Blackhawks are able to punch it home to take a 3-goal lead, 5-2, 3:03 in the second period. That's a heartbreaker right there. Alti line comes out. Face off, won by the Blackhawks, and they send it deep into the Littleton zone, and that's going to be icing. Landon and Luke out on D with Alti's line for forwards. Face off, one into the slot. Puck goes into the corner. Billy applies pressure, comes to Landon. Landon gets a shot and it's blocked. Centering pass. Able to clear the zone from the Blackhawks, and they skate it in. Alti stick checks and knocks it away, skates it out of the zone. Alti coming with speed, enters the zone, stick handles, goes wide. There's a 2-on-1 shot, and it goes high over the net. Good opportunity there. And we have another penalty coming up. Looks like it's going to be on the Blackhawks. Number 89 here is going to have a 1-minute penalty. And the Blackhawks skater hit our Littleton player in the corner, and she's going to serve 1 minute for illegal play. 2:13 left in the second. Littleton needs to win one and bury a shot here. Make it a 2-goal game. Face off one. Back. Shot by Coy. Saved by the goalie. Blocked it over in the corner. And Blackhawks able to clear it and have a rush attack. Get it into the Littleton zone. Short-handed. Littleton picks it up. Skates it behind the net. Breakout up to Coy. Coy flings Dawson. Dawson's going to skate it into the zone. Has it. Takes it wide. Drives towards the net. Skates behind the net. Hits the brakes. Centering pass is blocked by the Blackhawks. This puck battle. Dawson hustling hard. Puck sent around up to the point. Burns holds it and sends it back down deep. Boy picks it up. Sends it up to Wilmer, and the Blackhawks are able to skate it out of the zone. Littleton gets it, sends it deep into the zone, and Dawson and Eli forecheck hard. Dawson still battles, comes up with the puck in the corner, has his pocket picked as he goes to the slot. Littleton has it, high in the offensive zone. Coy skates across the ice, looking for a pass. Passes back to the point. Wilmer dumps it down deep. Coy tries to shoot it, but misses the puck and able to clear it out of the zone. It's going to be pushed back in offsides by Littleton, so we'll change the lines. 37 seconds left, the second period. Littleton down by 3. Face off, won by Mike Ford into the Littleton zone and cleared out by the Blackhawks. Littleton gets it in the neutral zone, dumps it deep, and forechecks. Littleton picks it up. Kinger passes to Mike behind the net. Loose puck battle on the boards. And the Blackhawks cleared out. We're going to have a penalty on Mike. Unless they're going to call roughing or checking on the physical play along the boards in the corner. Oh, they're going to call a high stick. 1 minute penalty. As the Hawks are going to go on a penalty kill. Steven and William out there for forwards. Miles and Kaysen on D. Face off won by the Blackhawks. Shot and blocked. But not out of the zone. Stick handling high in the zone. Send it down low and behind the net. Was puck wrapped around the board. And that's going to be the end of the second period. 49 seconds left on Mike's penalty. And we'll be back in a second for the third period. Interesting setup on the second rink here at the Kraken Ice facility where you can see into the benches through some clear boards. Also have some clear door down here as well. Haven't seen that before. So 12 minutes, well, actually 0 on the clock. There we go. 12 minutes on the clock, third period. Littleton down a man for another 48 seconds. Steven with the face-off. Blackhawks get it, skate into the zone. Shot is blocked. Shot goes way wide and into the corner. Steven's going to pick it up. Centers it to Kinger. Kinger gets it out. Takes it wide and gets it deep into the offensive zone. Poke checked away, down behind the net. Blackhawks pick up the puck and going to run a breakout. Actually, they're just going to skate it out. Kaysen forces him wide. Shot and goes wide of the net. High and wide of the net. And Kinger gets the puck in center ice. Skates it wide. And gets ridden off the puck along the boards. Penalties up, and Mike is now out of the box. Back to 5-on-5. Blackhawks skating through the neutral zone with speed. Headman pass, and they can't control it. Comes back to center ice. Even full checking. Neutral zone regroup by the Blackhawks. Picked off by Kinger. Mike forechecking in the zone, and Blackhawks able to clear it to center ice. 2-2 developing. Blackhawks skated into the Littleton zone. Hit the break, circle back. Shot from the left hash mark. Hits the corner of the post, and Connor dives on it, saving the puck there. Keep it a 3-goal game. 13:30, third period. First line comes out. Welty, Alex, and Billy. Luke and Landon on D. Face off to the right of Connor. Face off, one back to the point for the Blackhawks. Billy gets it, flips it out of the zone, and almost had a Russian tap, but Alex is unable to control the puck. Shot saved by Connor as the Blackhawks sweep through center ice in the Littleton end. Well, Connor saw that one easily. Face off to the right of Connor here. Alti wins the face-off. Billy sends it up to the point, but not out. Littleton takes possession of the puck behind the zone. Breakout pass can't be controlled, and the Blackhawks get it at the blue line. Shot goes way wide of Connor and into the far corner. Ooh, dangerous play there. The Blackhawks had it trickle through the Littleton crease and fanned on it at the back door. Alti skates it out of the zone. Alex picks it up, centers over to Alti. Alti can't get the shot, comes back to Luke, and he slaps it towards the net, wide right. picked up behind the Littleton or the Blackhawks goal, but not. And Dawson can't control it at center ice. The puck comes free. This puck picked up in the neutral zone by the Blackhawks, and Littleton controls it in their end. Alty skates it wide into the zone. Stick handles around two defenders and has it behind the net. It's the brakes and reverses back, centering pass, but nobody's home for the Littleton Hawks. Shot, glove saved by Connor. That was an easy save there. Not much on that. 8:46, third period, 5-2 Santa Clara. And off the face-off, the Blackhawks get a shot. Connor goes into the butterfly and makes another save. And we'll try this again. Face-off won by the Blackhawks. Shot way wide and into the far corner. Pass up to the point and shot. And goes wide again. Centering pass. Saved by Connor. Oh, that was a really good save. As the puck came out from behind the net. Another shot, another save. And loose puck. Still no whistle. And finally the refs lose sight of it and blow the whistle as Connor had it beneath his leg pads. I can adjust the camera here to see the goal a little bit better. Mike's line out there. Steven on his right, Kinger on his left. Mike unable to control it, but does come up with the puck and skates it out of zone 2-on-2 with Kinger. Kinger back to Mike.